Your unconditioned consciousness is impersonal. It is no respecter of persons. It doesn't give a shite what you're choosing to be. It must instantly be what you claim it to be. So if you claim you need more work, you need reprogramming, then that's what you're going to need, because that is what you are identifying with. Isn't that boring as hell? Do you want to sit through some reprogramming session? Or do you want to know that when you command with conviction who you are, that's all you need to do to bring anything you want, any desire into your life? I think that sounds a lot more fun than relentlessly beating the brain with useless, I have to reprogram, I have to do this, I have to do that in order to manifest. No, fuck that. I get to decide. I get to choose. That's who I am, and therefore I shall be that I am that I am. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. I really hope it is. Or you could let me know in the comments below why you're not doing it, and it better be a good reason. I don't think you're going to have one, but regardless, that's me thinking and assuming a little negative, so I better change that. So very quickly, I just want to say, if you want to work with me in any way, shape, or form, all that information is in the drop box below, including my 3 channel memberships. Yep, I got 3 of them. And it just so happens to be, if you join the VIP, the Advanced Manifestors, that will give you access to all 3 of those channel memberships. And one of those channel memberships is going to be later on this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, where we talk success stories and tips and tricks only. The other channel memberships, the VIP, the Advanced Manifestors, that's the one you want to join. You know, reminder. That's the one where we deep dive manifestation in all aspects and perspectives of consciousness. That's a good group. It's a zhuzhy group, and it's called the VIP because of what I just said. Gives you access to everything, including the hot seat group, where you can get into the hot seat and ask me anything. So enough about that. If you are new here, how you doing? I'm Kimberly. Yep, I'm like this a lot. I like sass. I like sarcasm, and I love conscious manifestation. I love all aspects of consciousness. I love knowing that I can just decide I am that I am, and I will have the things I'm claiming for myself. It is that easy. Doesn't always feel that easy, but it is that easy. It's really easy. And that's what we're going to talk about today, how it can be easy for you. But yeah, if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe, be my new friend. Let me know in the comments below that you are my new friend. And if I see that comment, you bet your bum you're going to hear back from me. So let's see. If you're new, here's something that can be quite normal for my channel. My dog snoring or the washing machine going. Okay? It's all for your viewing pleasure, for your hearing pleasure. Let's get down to business. And I think this is an overall general reminder of conscious manifestation, your I am-ness, the law of assumption. What you believe to be true will be true for you. So if you are someone manifesting, whether you're manifesting to be a multimillionaire, to have a new career, a home, a car, change of appearance, being in a loving, fulfilling, committed marriage, or a loving, committed, fulfilling relationship, whatever you are desiring, if you want that in your reality, well, saddle up, partner. We're going to talk about that. You see, what you believe to be true will be true. Right? Just said that. That's the law of assumption. That's the summary of what the law of assumption is. But it is quite literal. What you believe to be true will be true. So therefore, who you believe you really are will be what you experience in reality. That will be what is mirrored back to you. Some of you get way too logical and literal about that. Like if you see there's an asshole, that doesn't immediately imply you're an asshole. You could just have a belief that there are assholes out in the world, okay? So settle down on that one. If you believe that you need to be reprogrammed in order to manifest, listen, I don't care what you believe. If believing you need all sorts of reprogramming, lights you up inside, then you go right on and continue believing that. And you will experience that reflection. In other words, you will experience having to be reprogrammed in order to manifest. I don't like that. That does not feel good to me. So I don't believe that. That's not a belief that I hold. So I don't have to go through that. Now, again, my idea of reprogramming is I have to fix something about myself. I have to fix my self-concept. That's what I imagine when I hear that terminology. Now, that might not be what you think. Maybe you think reprogramming is just deciding to be a new version of yourself, and that's fine. I guess what really matters is how you view reality, what you believe, how you define certain words, what your beliefs are. That's why everybody has a unique experience. But let me tell you what is not unique. That your awareness, your consciousness is God, is source, is the universe. Might make a little more sense if you look at it as God is within you. The universe is within you. Infinite potential is within you. But you are so much more than just a human, a powerless human. That you are not. But consciousness, God, source, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, whatever you want to call it, is impersonal. It's impersonal. It's not God like Gandalf sitting up on a mountain with the "you shall not pass." That's not happening. You decide that you are the version of yourself that doesn't have what you want. Consciousness is impersonal. And therefore it will reflect to you what you choose or decide for yourself. That's how amazing it is. You get to decide who you are, not the 3D world. You. Your unconditioned consciousness is impersonal. It is no respecter of persons. Without thought or effort, it automatically expresses every impression that is registered upon it. It does not object to any impression that is placed upon it, for although it is capable of receiving and expressing any and all defined states, it remains forever an immaculate and an unlimited potential. Your I am is the foundation upon which the defined state or conception of yourself rests. But it is not defined by, nor is it dependent on such defined states for its being. Your I am neither expands nor contracts. Nothing alters or adds to it. Before any defined state was, it is. Do you understand that? Who you really are, that unconditioned consciousness, is the I am. Do you understand that the I am means all, the absolute, every possible outcome, every possible reality, every possible manifestation that you could ever desire, every possible version of you is within you right now in this moment. That is who your true self is. That is the I am. And when I say it's no respecter of persons, it's impersonal. Because every state of consciousness is a condition. Every one of them, including the belief of being a separate man or a separate woman. Everything is in some way a condition or a state. Everything is. And you get to be the boss on what state you're in or what version of self you are. You're in charge of that. So when we look outside to the outside world and maybe we don't see our whole manifestation sitting in front of us, and we go back to that old thinking, oh, it's still not here yet. I still don't have what I want. Okay. The I am is impersonal. It is no respecter of persons. So that is who you are. That's what you'll keep experiencing in reality, because that's what you're claiming for yourself. Maybe you've been manifesting to be a multimillionaire and your bank account still says -50. And every time you look at that -50, you allow that to determine who you are. Well, I said I was the version of self who was a multimillionaire and I still don't see it anywhere. I still don't see it. So I must not be it. No. Just no. You claim who you are. You know yourself to be who you want to be, the version of yourself that has the desire. And you don't let the outside world limit you. I don't care if you see zero, -1,000 in your account. You might be aware that that's what the checking account says, but you don't let it tell you that you have failed to manifest or that you are not the multimillionaire. You don't let it determine your identity. And listen, no. Does that always feel easy? Are you gonna have moments where you get rocked? Yeah, you might. But you're still in charge, and you still get to decide what identity you are showing up as. They're all states of consciousness, all identities. They're all within you. I would say that if you are seeing nothing changing and you're determined that you are choosing to be the versions of yourself that has your desire, then view reality as it's exactly what it is supposed to be as it is unfolding to the desire. You can't let reality kick you around. You know, we're going to have our days of being up and down. We're going to have days with emotions and feelings, and that's okay. We're not our emotions and feelings, but at the end of the day, who you know yourself to be is the key to getting things to change. So if every time you don't see what you want in reality, you're letting that destroy your mood, destroy your happiness, making you feel worthless, not wanting to get out of bed, I know those feelings. And listen, it's tough to hear, but there's still a choice. It's still a damn choice. So if we want things to change, then let's stop giving in and responding the same way we always have in our past. Be the change. Choose that identity anyway. Choose the state, the self you want to be anyway. Remind yourself of who you are. I'm a fucking multimillionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. I am in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. That is who I am. I am that I am. Only as you claim yourself to be that which you desire to be will you express such desires. Let all desires become impressions of qualities that are, not of qualities that will be. I'm your awareness is God, and God is the fullness of all, the eternal now. I am. The ducks are singing in the choir for us all. I am that I am. They are feeling really passionate about that message, and you should too. To remove this last veil, you drop your conception of yourself as man by knowing yourself just to be. Instead of the consciousness of I am man, let there be just I am. This is showing yourself of who you really are as the I am. As pure unadulterated consciousness. From there, everything's a choice. Everything. To remove the veil of not seeing what you want in reality, we drop the former concept of ourselves. We drop the former state. We drop the old identity. We drop the old version of ourselves. We stop agreeing with the things we don't want. We stop telling ourselves that we're still single, we're still broke, we're still unhappy, we're still unhealthy, we're still whatever's going on in your life. You're still manifesting a specific person and there's still a third party. You stop agreeing with it with the fullness of who you are. You stop agreeing. You stop letting it control you, your happiness. You start looking at it as, this has to change. This has to change because this is who I am. If someone came up to me and kept telling me that my nails were blue, I'm not going to get rocked by that. I'm not going to argue with that person. I might politely, calmly, well, no, my nails are grayish, a purpley grayish. They're not blue. But thanks. I wouldn't let it change who I am. I wouldn't suddenly look at my nails and say, oh my God, are they really blue? Am I really that person? No, I'm not. This is who I am. If a family member was calling you a completely irrelevant name, like if my family members started calling me Josephine, and I knew they weren't being sarcastic and they weren't breaking my chops, they were totally serious, talking to me like I'm Josephine, I'd be like, why are you calling me Josephine? I'm Kimberly. I'm Kimberly. I would comfortably know who I am. Do you see what I mean? How do you know your name? How do I know my name is Kimberly? Because I was conditioned with it. In other words, someone had to keep telling me who I am until I believed it myself. This is no different. This is you telling yourself who you are until it feels natural to you. And that doesn't have to take very long. And as it feels natural, and I'm going to tell you, it doesn't take until you feel natural for it to show up in reality. But what I'm saying is as it feels natural, the less you're going to fight with it in your mind, the easier it gets. When you decide who you are, it's fucking instant. It's instant. And as I have said in countless videos, your logical mind might look out to 3D reality and say, it's not here yet. But let me tell you, baby, it's a new reality. Whether it looks changed or not, it's new. With your conscious decision of who you are. You tell yourself you are who you want to be, period. You're manifesting a specific person, then you are in the relationship with your specific person. You want to be a multimillionaire? Then you are a multimillionaire. Stop putting it off. Stop delaying. Stop waiting until it shows up to start actually taking this serious and changing your identity or choosing again. Remembering the true self, who you want to be. Some of us wait to see, oh, and I need to see a sign. I need something to validate that This is actually working before I'm going to let myself trust it. But then you're going to be waiting forever. Good thing I'm not asking you to hold your breath. We don't wait for something to show up. We don't wait for a sign or a signal. We do it now. Then reality changes. Then reality reflects. You change now. And by change, all I mean is who you are aware of being. So who are you aware of being? Are you still telling the story that you're single and you're manifesting a specific person still? You're manifesting to be rich. You don't think you're rich now. You're not claiming it for yourself now. Why? What are you waiting for? Claim it today. Then reality reflects. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.